If you're abandoning root cause analysis, it may be that you and your team aren't identifying actual causes. Hello, I'm Harold Robinson, industrial engineer, business consultant, trainer and coach, with a love for root cause analysis and problem solving. Major failures and disasters are caused by the accumulation of irregularities or cracks in our operation. Root cause analysis should help us eliminate these. If it's not helping, could it be that we're allowing teams to conclude their analyses with generalizations that are difficult to address? Here's one that's very popular: human error. When it is offered as the root cause for an incident, we tend not to challenge it. It sounds so authentic and plausible. And what happens? It shuts out any more investigation. This is what the late Dr. Trevor Kletz, one of the world's foremost experts on process safety, had to say about human error. For a long time, people were saying that most accidents were due to human error. And this is true in a sense, but it's not very helpful. It's a bit like saying that falls are due to gravity. Here are a few other not very helpful causes. See if you recognize them. I see these so often. If an operator is negligent, surely you show them the door. But there are thousands of so-called negligent operators around the world still in their positions. Poor maintenance is often only referred to when the investigation team has no representatives from the maintenance department. Seriously though, to put these forward as root causes stops any further investigation in its tracks, and it seems that nothing can be done to address future failures. And that's when we become disillusioned with root cause analysis. So what should we be looking for? We should be investigating 3 levels of cause if we want to eliminate failures. The first level is the physical cause of failure. We also refer to it as the technical explanation. My experience is that most of us are pretty good at determining physical causes. But what did people actually do or not do that resulted in the failure? Answering that leads us to the human cause. The human cause is an inappropriate action carried out by someone. That badly made blind flange is not going to allow for reliable pressure test results. But why was it made like that? And why was it considered acceptable to be used? When we answer those questions, we start uncovering latent causes. These are the most difficult to pinpoint. They refer to the deficiencies in the management systems that allow the human causes to carry on unchecked. It could be a policy which is formal or informal. It could be the traditional way in which we operate. Or it could be the assumptions that we make. Latent causes usually stem from management, but not always. In this example, the posters on the wall are company quality and safety policies. The door you see on the right leads to the production manager's office. His policy is vastly different to what's written on those posters. Unfortunately, his informal policy is the one that is followed, resulting in a factory with poor housekeeping and a poor safety record. Here's another example. A Volvo dumper crashed while working in a quarry. It was due to brake failure and had damage amounting to millions. A root cause analysis team investigated the incident. This was a summary of their findings. It would have been easy to ascribe the cause to operator negligence or poor maintenance, but the team didn't do that. They applied the 3 levels of cause. The brake failure could be regarded as the physical cause of the problem. In fact, there had previously been problems with the brakes reported. But why did the brakes fail? History downloaded from the onboard computer showed that the driver had been using the service or foot brake most of the time. He should have been using the retarder and engine brake for the majority of the time. Why was he using the foot brake? The team discovered that the driver had been trained on Bell equipment and not on Volvo. That in itself is a latent cause. But when asking why he hadn't been trained, it seemed that everyone, from management down to the operator, assumed that if he was trained on one, he would operate the other. That assumption is a high-level latent cause. We actually make a lot of assumptions in our day-to-day operations. Work would come to a standstill if we didn't. Almost all of them are reasonable assumptions. But chances are that some of them will be wrong. Root cause analysis will reveal those for us. The level of cause that we are able to uncover will determine our success in avoiding failures in future. When we only solve the problem at the physical level, we're actually applying a quick fix. We haven't changed anything that people were doing. It's very likely that the failure will happen again. The closer we get to latent cause, the less likely we are to have a recurrence of the problem or similar problems. Think about the Volvo dumper. We can address the physical cause by fixing the brake system. But if we do nothing else and use the same operator, what's going to happen? Yep, he'll continue to use the service brake. It makes sense to train the operator on the Volvo, so he isn't likely to damage another Volvo truck. But what about other operators who haven't been trained on Volvo? One of them is likely to make the same mistake. I think you can see where I'm heading. If we don't address the manager's assumption that the training can be transferred, there's still a chance that a similar accident could happen elsewhere in the company. But if we address the latent cause, we have a very good chance of avoiding that. In conclusion, vague or generalized failure causes like human error are of little value. We'll get more value if we work through the three cause levels: physical, human, and latent. That way, our root cause analysis efforts will result in huge improvements and we won't feel the need to abandon it. If you'd like more information on the contents of this presentation, or if you need assistance with making problem solving a way of life in your organization, contact me through my website. Thank you for listening.